What is going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs? You're listening to another episode of Hardcore Geek Wrestling. And as always, I'm your host, Mr. Showtime, Ryan, whatever the hell you want to call me. I don't even know my name sometimes. And I'm here in the Showtime studios with none other than the Million Mile Man, Chase Merriman. What's going on, dude?
What's going on? It's like shoot week in wrestling, man.
It totally is, man. And I'm sure you're really referring to SmackDown last night, right?
SmackDown last night, and then also did you that famous Twitter with the New Day and Rich Swann and Sasha, and then all of a sudden they all lose their titles except for Rich Swann.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
But I will say I'm so happy that they're finally doing something with Neville.
Oh my God, yeah. I popped like crazy for that, so we're definitely going to get into that.
Also, too, I'm so glad to see that they're finally doing something with Jinder Mahal. Last night was fantastic, or Raw was fantastic with Jinder Mahal actually doing something. I was like, yes, they're finally doing something with Jinder.
That's right, yeah. So we're totally happy about Jinder and freaking Neville. WWE really kind of starting to take some initiative with their I guess they're their undercard guys, so we want to get into that. I want to get your thoughts on the Roadblock pay-per-view.
And here's my thoughts real quick on every time Raw's in Columbus lately, it's been really bad. I had tickets, I bought that ticket when we were down there for Columbus.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So I had a ticket, but of course I had to work on Monday, but I'm kind of glad I didn't. But I feel like the last two Raws in Columbus have been really bad.
Well, we went on the July 4th Raw was kind of throwaway,
which is like a throw, but like last night was kind of a throwaway show in a way.
It kind of was.
Monday night was. Last night wasn't.
No, SmackDown was awesome. Yeah,
SmackDown was phenomenal. Monday night was kind of a throwaway Raw. I felt like.
Yeah.
Besides Sin Cara getting thrown through Christmas presents by Braun Strowman, that kind of made my night.
That's right.
Because Sin Cara has me blocked and Braun Strowman rules.
Basically, everybody has you blocked on Twitter, right?
Goldust does not. I checked today.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Black Rain.
Speaking of Black Rain, actually, there's no speaking of anything. Dude, it's this is our last show before Christmas. This is our holiday Havoc episode.
My gosh, can you believe it's Christmas season?
I'm losing my freaking mind, dude. I got to tell you a story in a minute, but before we get into some stories, I do want to let you guys know you can check out all past episodes at hardcoregeekcast.com. Hit us up on iTunes. We are also on Podbean, on Spreaker. We're going to be on iHeartRadio as well. If you want to join in the conversation, go ahead and go to Spreaker.com/user/hardcoregeek. Jump in on this chat. I'm going to try to manage this probably really badly. So if I don't answer you,
don't be offended.
Sorry. Yeah, don't be offended. I'll answer it later. I don't know.
You can tweet at us after the show.
Yeah, tweet at it. Thank you. At Geek Wrestling. If you want to talk to Chase, is at ChaseM262. I'm at Mr. Showtime84. Pretty easy to find this.
Yeah.
All right, dude. So you originally had a ticket for Roadblock.
You were about to go. Raw.
And Raw. Yeah, you were gonna have like a whole back-to-back.
I was.
And I remember like a couple weeks leading up, you're like, dude, do you want to go to Roadblock? And I'm like, it was kind of like that. It's it's the week before Christmas, and I'm like, I don't want to drive. Especially we had some bad weather.
Oh my God, Sunday morning was terrible.
Yeah.
And I was so glad I didn't go because it was ice galore all the way to Brecksville from 480, where I live in Brook Park.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's the reason why I didn't go.
It's been a weird month of December.
Yeah.
It's been a long month, and it was one of those. I had a ticket. I tried to sell it, and it was...
Our buddy Pat, Juicy Pat Lucy, friend of the show.
Second row or something like that.
I think that boy was ringside, man.
He might have been, yeah.
Shout out to Juicy Pat Lucy, right? He's a good buddy of ours. We ride the indie shows. Yeah, Pat's cool. So, what...
Roadblock was kind of different.
It was. It felt like just an episode of Raw.
It was like an episode of Raw, minus the fact the New Day lost their titles.
Yeah, and then, man, okay. So my wrestling work crew, like all of our friends who we have a little clique. We actually too sweet everybody every morning.
I love that.
So this is a shout out. So anyways, So we got our whole little clique thing. We love New Day, right?
Everybody loves New Day.
You would have thought like somebody died when we went to work on Monday. You know,
it was shocked. I think the whole arena was shocked. I mean, they had held it so long, but you kind of knew it was coming, but you just weren't sure when it was coming.
I kind of had a bad feeling that it was going to come because they broke the record. They teased it on Raw that they were did. That because the whole Stephanie got drenched in the the champagne. And, they said that she was going to be, or she was going to put them in another triple threat match with, The Shield and freaking
Jericho and Owens.
Yeah, so it's like, holy shit, they're probably going to drop the titles, but they didn't. But the way that they've been pushing Cesaro and Sheamus, it
was coming. Which I think is kind of good, though, because it kind of gives Cesaro a title now, and it kind of makes Sheamus relevant because they really love Sheamus in WWE. And so it does. It gives relevancy to those guys. And it kind of freshens up the tag division again. Because, let's be honest, I mean, Enzo and Cass aren't really wrestling together right now. They're feuding with Rusev.
Yeah, that's super weird.
And well, now we got Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal.
Oh, I love you, Jinder. Get a Jinder Mahal shirt.
I know, right? Does he have a shirt?
He does not.
He does not have a shirt.
Jack Swagger has a shirt. And Jack Swagger hasn't been on SmackDown in like 4
Speaking
weeks.
of shirts, hold on. Here, you keep talking. I'm going to go get you. You brought me an awesome Christmas gift.
I did.
Or a bunch of gifts. So I want to show these, or can't show them, but I'm going to describe them on the air because I'm very excited what I have here.
So we have, like I was saying, the tag division with Enzo and Cass are kind of like not wrestling again. The Shining Stars are irrelevant. R-Truth apparently and Goldust are a tag team, but Goldust wrestled Curtis Axel on Main Event.
Oh week. Yeah, well they're technically two singles dudes that they put together,
But yeah, so Raw's tag team is kind of like, well, it's not. They're not really sure what they're doing, where SmackDown's is a little bit more set, minus the fact that Zack Ryder and Mojo are kind of now on their own because Zack Ryder's injured, so Mojo's kind of like that odd man out.
How much does that suck?
It sucks royally, but Mojo, I love Mojo as a singles wrestler, always makes me laugh and smile.
Do you think they're going to put Mojo back down to NXT, or you think they're going to keep him up? It's weird because, we love SmackDown.
Yeah.
But when I kind of look at, and I understand Raw's 3 hours, but we're kind of running into that roadblock, no pun intended, that where we're kind of getting the same matches and the same views.
Well, this is
SmackDown.
This is always the same. Like this time of year is always the toughest to book because it's kind of like it's the Christmas, New Year season. Like last year, it was like a dead end, like a roadblock, because they literally. After TLC, they had the Slammies, which was terrible. It was just so dead until finally, like the second week of January, when they finally said, "Hey, the Royal Rumble's now coming up."
Yeah, well, this is exciting time. I mean,
because they have the brand split now. So, and they're in big cities. Like Monday, they're in New York City, and Tuesday they are in Chicago. So
that's right. CM Punk's coming back. CM Punk.
Oh yeah, John Cena comes back. And then CM Punk shows up as well on SmackDown and says, "If you're in the Rumble, so am I."
That's totally not going to happen. But
if that did, I think the whole Twitter would explode.
They would. They'd lose their freaking minds. I know. All right. So speaking, and I want to get this out because I got to say thank you on the air. Good friend.
Well, thank you for your presence to me.
I know, right? Speaking of SmackDown, I'm so happy about this. I'm probably going to bring this to work tomorrow. I got my Ready, Willing, and Gable towel for American Alpha. This is so cool. My Tyler Breeze poser shirt, and we got some Sasha glasses, some shutter shades that I'm gonna definitely probably wear those to work because I'm kind of an idiot. That was probably the biggest heartbreaker for me for Roadblock, man, was Sasha.
That 30-man Iron Man match, which, I thought for sure Iron Man matches, they didn't go into overtime. I couldn't remember.
Brett and Shawn did.
That's right, it did.
That was the first one they did. Brett and Shawn.
But I was a bit surprised that it went to overtime like that, and then they gave it to Charlotte. But it's kind of like Charlotte's the queen of the pay-per-views. But I don't know if they were mad at Sasha about something, and that's why she dropped it.
No, I don't think it was even that because they're putting her immediately in a feud with Nia Jax.
Yeah.
So I think that I think that
Is this to get Bailey the title, so then Sasha goes after Bailey for the title?
Just to do something different. You know,
They've had Charlotte and Sasha as they've been going at it for 6-7 months. I feel since the brand split.
Exactly. So, I think what you do is you do a program with Bailey and Charlotte. You know, if they can maybe trade the belt. Maybe once or twice.
Charlotte becomes a 6-time champion. She's at 4 already.
Yeah, maybe you don't even do that. Maybe you do somehow. They do some kind of trade or interpromotional match. We're gonna get that fatal 4-way at Mania.
Oh, absolutely.
With Becky Lynch and it works now.
Where's Dana Brooke been?
Good question.
I was surprised.
I was thinking about that.
What's Emelina going to debut? I mean, come on. Emelina needs to debut soon.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe she's attending to good old Zack Ryder. Who knows that? But they did the whole thing like, oh, she's going to debut next week, and they even like hyped it up on WWE.com. It's like, okay, Emma's going to come back tonight, and she didn't show up. Now they're just like delaying it. I don't know why. She being like the Eva Marie? No, I don't think so. Nobody's that bad.
I'm so jealous of Zack Ryder.
So, exciting times coming up. We're going in to the Royal Rumble season.
My favorite pay-per-view.
My absolute favorite pay-per-view.
Of the big four, it's my favorite pay-per-view.
More than Mania?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Royal Rumble always has that element of surprise. They have some weird entry every year, like AJ Styles last year. I mean, come on. I know you were on a cruise, but when you came back...
I was so mad that I got spoiled by a stupid notification. My whole plan was to... I had a 3-hour layover, and I'm like, this is perfect. I'm going to watch the Royal Rumble on my phone. I have unlimited data at the time, and everything's fine, right? And I get a notification that says, the King of Kings reigns again, and a phenomenal debut. I'm like, WWE, you sons of bitches.
I mean...
Really?
Like, the AJ Styles debut... and of course, I know you texted me the other day and you said you're excited for Wrestle Kingdom January 4th.
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom, man. A lot of the Tokyo Dome shows are really good.
Yeah. Which is usually an implication of those wrestlers coming to WWE in 3 weeks.
Well, I don't think that'd be the case this year. I'm just really excited. We got Kenny Omega taking on Okada for
that's a good match. And Cody Rhodes debuting.
Cody Rhodes is going to be debuting. I believe we got Naito going against Tanahashi for the IC title.
I'm going to say this right now. Cody Rhodes, since he's left WWE, is totally different.
Oh, yeah, he's totally cool. I like him. I and our friends at Mad Men, literally my favorite wrestling podcast. I like it better than ours.
I do like them.
Yeah, they had a real cool scenario where it could be a total swerve, which I guess New Japan really doesn't like to do screw finishes on there.
Don't.
But like if you do a total swerve and Okada joins the Bullet Club and they kick Kenny out. So it looks like, okay, because Kenny has all this momentum from winning the G1.
Do you really think Kenny Omega is going to go to WWE?
No, well, I don't know. He's really good friends of Xavier Woods. I don't know. But you would love to see that, wouldn't you? Because Cody Rhodes is in that Bullet Club already. We already know about that.
If Kenny Omega goes to WWE, that would probably... He's like one of the last singles wrestlers of the Indies.
I don't think he would go, though. I think
he wouldn't go.
I think he's got to get that IWGP title.
Yeah.
At least once.
But, I think... with the Rumble this year, with the surprises, we know for sure Lesnar's in, Goldberg's in. I think if you put Omega in, then it's kind of like, because he has to get knocked out, kind of like the way like they had Owens at least do it, so people weren't as upset.
Yeah.
So I mean, it would have to be something like that. Like AJ Styles would have to throw him out.
That's right. Sidebar: Daddy Fat Nasty is listening right now. So Daddy Fat Nasty,
I love that name.
Finishing move, the side of the dumpster, is listening right now. So he was a little mad. He missed the shout out. So he personally texted me from the dumpster to let me know. Yeah, man. Yeah. It just sucks that, it's always going to be January 4th. But whenever Wrestle Kingdom comes around, I always have shit to do the next day. And it's always like...
Oh, because it's the first week of January,
Well, man. Another thing, it's on a Wednesday this year.
Oh, that's right.
But
my birthday's on a Monday.
The cool thing though is if you get Sling TV, they have Access TV on there. I think it's January 14th and 15th, the same days of the of the UK tournament for WWE. They're going to be rebroadcasting it in 2 days, but it's good. But it's going to have like JR doing commentary because him and Matt Striker, I believe, are doing commentary.
That's right. Yeah.
On the New Japan, because you can watch it now.
I'm excited about this UK tournament. I'm probably going to get the network just so I can watch it.
Yeah, right.
Jack Gallagher? Did they name him on that tournament?
No, he's totally not in it. There's a couple dudes from WCPW that are in it. I'm a little bit better versed in like New Japan, like Japanese wrestling, than I am in
UK.
I know like certain dudes, like I know like Joe Hendry, I know like Big Damo, who just signed with WWE.
Yeah.
Who else? Did I say Joe Hendry already?
Yeah, I guess Ring of Honor was mad at Nigel McGuinness for signing with WWE.
You can't blame the guy, man. He's fulfilling his dream.
Supposedly he was going to go to WWE, but I guess he had too many concussions or something like that.
Yeah, but it was like the Daniel Bryan situation.
Yeah,
so
he was incredible to watch wrestle in Ring of Honor. One of my favorites of all time. I watched.
He used to have that crazy spiky Bart Simpson hair.
I loved it. That was my favorite gimmick. He was my favorite Ring of Honor wrestler back when Daniel Bryan wrestled. Was Bryan Danielson.
So before we get into anything else, I just want to do like thumbs up, thumbs down on these on the Roadblock matches. Rusev and Cass, I gave it a thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
I love all the people involved, but it was just like count out.
This is such a weird angle right now because then they've sent Enzo to sensitivity training.
Yeah, that was super weird.
It's kind of like weird that like they're together as a tag team, and then like on Monday night, like Big Cass gets disqualified for like literally like pummeling Rusev. So this makes no sense because
now we got Jinder Mahal, and
we got Jinder Mahal, who's like, and now it's like the ethnic guys versus the white Americans.
I guess it's the Italians versus everybody. Okay, so we had New Day and Cesaro, or could we just call him Cesaro?
I'm gonna go thumb sideways on this because I'm really undecided.
I'm saying thumbs up for the match, thumbs down because I'm a little upset that New Day lost. That's just me.
I mean, I would have done it like at the Big Four at the Royal Rumble. I would have held on to make it because now that like they only have it by like 4 days now over.
Yeah, but still, I mean, they got the record, and that's really their whole thing. I'm going to go kind of out of order. Seth Rollins and Chris Jericho.
Terrible.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like the fact that Jericho didn't win.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing: you got to make
that one was probably the match of the night. I'm kidding.
You got to make Rollins look strong going into his Triple H.
My thumb is up for that. I'm just kidding. I love anything with Jericho, and when we do a awards show, Chris Jericho is my nominee for Wrestler of the Year.
That's right. Yeah, we do have our award. Next week's our award show.
It is.
I have to get the categories. You need to help me with the categories.
I will,
because I'm completely screwed
for
up.
Sure. Wrestler of the Year, Most Improved Wrestler of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go for Tag Team of the Year.
Worst Luchador, because we have a lot of them now.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I love luchadors. Never mind. What am I talking about?
Yes, worst luchador of the year. There's going to be best pay-per-view non-Big Four.
Yeah, we got to get in there because we got to. I just went completely off the rails there, but yeah, we'll get.
Chris Jericho's probably going to win like 3 awards because he's Chris Jericho.
Jericho will win everything. Okay, so I gave it that match a thumbs up. Sasha and Charlotte Iron Man match, I gave it a thumbs up. I mean, I was bummed that Sasha lost, but
we have the new meme with that girl's face now replaces the other girl.
Yeah, it's angry Sasha girl. Yeah,
angry Sasha girl. Yeah, I mean that was I'm not a big Iron Man match fan because of the fact of like. It's if you have ADD, it's kind of hard to sit through a 30-minute match. But
dude, how do you do a 60-minute then?
Oh
did you watch? Have you? I mean, I know everybody's seen Brett and Sean. Have you seen like they did one with like Rock and Hunter?
I remember that one I was more into because I really liked The Rock.
They had a lot of shenanigans in that too.
They had a shenanigans galore in that one. Undertaker comes out and like
Michaels was the referee in his baby shorts.
Yeah.
But Brett and Sean was just like straight up one-on-one technical.
I liked it because Taker came back. That was American Badass debut. Correct. It was a good match, and I think everybody was kind of shocked. They really were that Sasha lost.
Yeah, I was a little upset.
Because it's like they're playing hot potato with the women's title.
Well, yeah. I'm glad that it's finally called that it was going to be a time limit thing where Sammy was going to get the upper hand. I didn't know that like he would just be declared the winner. They should have made it a draw.
Yeah.
So it gives you a purpose to continue that feud. Not just like, oh, Sammy didn't die in 10 minutes. He wins. I thought it was just like, you have 10 minutes
It reminds
to win
me
this
of,
match.
remember when Kurt Angle was undefeated in WWF and he found any way he could to win, so he got himself, they got the other team disqualified, like he had Blackman hit him on purpose.
Oh, yeah. I remember
When they
that.
tagged,
Yeah.
or like, and he said like he was undefeated after Taz made him because he passed out.
I think Braun is going to be, in my opinion, that's your next Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner.
That's a great call.
That's the best way. You get some momentum behind the guy, and there you go. So yeah,
Topped out Baron Corbin.
yeah.
Baron's the man.
I'm giving a thumbs in the middle for that one, just because I love the drama and the character building, but I wish that they would have just done my finish, just because I'm just I guess a smart mark. I guess but that's really it. What matches am I missing here? Did I miss anything else other than the main event?
Wasn't there the cruiserweight match?
Yes, please. Okay, cruiserweight match. Rich Swann, T.J. Perkins, Brian Kendrick. 3 dudes I love, right? There were some botches in there, a few noticeable botches. It happens. Whatever. It's wrestling.
Here's my biggest complaint right now about the cruiserweights: just
Purple ropes.
Purple ropes. Get rid of, and just put them on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, I've been saying that forever. Yeah, we got to put them on SmackDown.
Because Raw has main event and they have the cruiserweights. It makes no sense because you can't really showcase. Now you got rid of the show Superstars, which I'm pissed off about. I love the show Superstars.
Yeah, I know, right?
And you got rid of that, and now you have main event that's hosted by Kathy Kelly, and I just was like, oh, every time she's on, I just want to fast forward it. But yes, put the cruiserweights on SmackDown because it's on the same night as SmackDown is, and it's in the same arena. Just make 205.
Well, and I talked to you about this too. Why not? It just makes no sense that they would put 205 Live on at 10 o'clock, because I've said this to, with my other friends, and you and I could both say that, like, when you go to a show and it's over, whether or not there's a dark main event, 9 times out of 10, you just want to go.
You just want to go, exactly.
So why not put it on before SmackDown, and then you have storylines bleed into the show?
You would have to make SmackDown then. I wonder if USA would let them go on at 9, because they have that shooter show now. That's their big show that they were advertising.
And I mean, not even that. I mean, when you just put 205 Live on at 7.
The thing with 7 is, like, certain cities, it's a lot harder. So you have to think about if they go out to California. Mm-hmm.
Basically,
would be 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard, because a lot of events don't start at 7. They start at 7:30.
Yeah, basically, whatever time SmackDown starts, you start 205 Live 45 minutes or an hour
Here's
earlier.
my thing. Like, if you're going to do what 205, do it like what they should have done, what they did with old WCW was from 8 to 9, on Raw.
All cruiserweights.
Cruiserweights. Kind of like what they did in WCW. It was kind of awesome. Nitro from 8 to 9 was all cruiserweights, and then it was really good action from 9 to 11.
Can I say that I know I'm way more of a cruiserweight fan than you are, but like, I love that show. And I think it's just because
Morrow and Corey Graves.
It's Morrow, Corey Graves, and Austin Aries. Great commentary.
Why isn't Austin Aries wrestling? Is he injured?
He's still hurt. He's got that broken eye
right.
socket. He had the surgery, but he can't wrestle yet. But I think it's just because it's 45 minutes. It's bing, bang, boom. It's done. They got some interesting storylines.
And they have the Bollywood boys.
They got the Bollywood boys.
Okay,
we got Davari.
Awesome.
I love Davari.
I do too. I wish they'd bring him back his brother. Did you know his brother is dating Ryan Shamrock?
Really? That's really weird. I've never thought she was pretty at all, personally.
Symphony? Really?
Yeah, and I think just not my type, man. That's all it is. I'm an Eva Marie guy.
Oh, Eva Marie. Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's just do the main event really quick. Owens and Reigns for
that was such a raw finish. It wasn't even funny.
It was a very much so a raw finish. I did like the
shield.
I like the code breaker on Owens. It's like, oh shit, did he really? I guess they really aren't cool. But it's like, oh, as soon as they did it, it's like they did that on purpose. They really staged that. So that was cool. The Shield thing was cool. I really wish we can get Dean in on this. But
Owen versus Jericho at WrestleMania. That's who I was thinking of. There you go.
Owens versus, I think it's going to happen, sooner or later for sure. I give
the Rumble.
Yeah, I think possibly.
Well, no,
Rumble.
not the Rumble.
Oh, no, they're doing the stupid shark cage match. That's so stupid.
That is dumb.
Maybe a fast lane. Who knows?
Which is in Milwaukee.
It is in Milwaukee.
Apparently, Columbus is not getting a pay-per-view because in April, it's Raw's coming back there. So far, Ohio does not have a pay-per-view.
That's all right. We got Raw in a couple weeks. I keep saying I'm so bad about that. Okay. I'm gonna give Roadblock probably like a C+.
That's a great rating.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible, but I could have. It's one of those ones where like if I was out and about and I couldn't watch it, I would just watch it back and probably do some fast forwarding.
Most people said it was like a fast lane type quality pay-per-view.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. All right, so
speaking of which, the Curtis Axel versus R-Truth Fastlane match is up for most weirdest match of the year on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So Raw was it was okay. It was more of like the weird I didn't really get into Raw. I'm not going to lie.
Raw was bad.
Raw was it was rough.
As I told you, the last two Raws from Columbus have been atrocious.
And it's I don't know if it's just like a Columbus thing. I think it's just the fact that it's the holiday throwaway Raw.
Year is so tough, yeah. Well, they blew their load last week when they had Raw, SmackDown, and then Tribute to the Troops on Wednesday.
Yeah, and Tribute to the Troops was fun to watch. I had a blast watching that.
It was very good because you actually found out who the New Day was going to face.
Yeah, there was actually a match on Tribute to the Troops that had some storylines. And the Club versus the Shield versus the New Day little meeting thing in the back.
There you go. There's your.
I want that at WrestleMania. Somehow.
I totally forgot about that.
So if AJ drops the title, they totally have to do that.
Come on, come back.
I know. So let's just get into SmackDown really quick. We're gonna wrap up in about 15 minutes or so.
SmackDown, awesome live. It's like a shoot. I mean, Renee Young slapping the Miz.
I like this. I think Miz and Ambrose is a perfect feud. Awesome. They're polar opposites, and that's perfect. I hope this goes. I hope it's not like a short feud. I hope it goes into
Mania.
Goes into Mania.
That would be good.
I'd be totally fine with that.
And then I will say the funniest match was probably with Becky Lynch. You could tell it was Becky Lynch as
what was it?
Luchadora.
Luchadora. Yeah, that was kind of funny. I did enjoy the Mojo Raleigh segment with Ryan Felipe, or is it Felipe or
Felipe?
Yeah, like it's just the dude just like completely off his rocker.
I will say the quote of the night was probably from Natty, who we both aren't big fans of, basically saying the reason why John won't marry you. It was like, oh shit.
Yeah. She's dropping this
total divas,
calling her a bitch, and I'm like, I got so accustomed to the PG.
She was like cussing up galore. Here's the thing, though. I thought for sure I was hoping Natty, when she was talking about Nikki's career, would have said, they gave you this in magazine covers and they gave me the farting gimmick. That's what I was hoping that she was going to say.
I forgot about the farting gimmick.
Oh,
that's crazy.
I thought for sure Natty was going to talk about the farting gimmick, how Nikki and Brie got all these like publicities and all these like big pushes and things like that, and Natty was left to fart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like they're actually doing something with Natty. I mean, she's probably one of my least favorite women there, and it's not has nothing to do with her or anything like that. It's just like it's never really appealed to me. First of all, she upsets me that she puts the sharpshooter on wrong. You talk about how your uncle's legendary Bret the Hitman Hart. Learn to put on the fucking sharpshooter then.
Yeah.
My cousin or my nephew, my 9-year-old nephew could probably do a better sharpshooter than Natty, but I digress. Anyways.
Carmelo and James Ellsworth.
What the hell? Okay. Just AJ just destroying Ellsworth with like a fury of punches was hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to say that and then what was it? AJ on commentary was hysterical when they're like kind of like talking to AJ about the Ellsworth, like, man, you had a rough fight tonight, like kind of like playing it off. Like it was brilliant. Like, and I will say, if you take David Otunga off commentary and it's just JBL Amaro, it would be like awesome. Otunga I can't stand, but other than that, JBL's awesome.
Yeah, JBL's the man.
Speaking of which,
SmackDown was great.
Yeah.
We
speaking
just
of
say
which, did you
SmackDown was
notice
great.
now? I guess with the pre-shows now, it's like 10 minutes, and like
I like that better because the pre-shows were just bullshit.
now King is no longer on, and Lita's no longer on, and Scott Stanford has been fired apparently.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
So like the pre-shows like whopping 10 minutes now, and Lita and I guess they're just having legends now, and they're no longer on pre-shows. That's why they're on pay-per-view anymore.
It is what it is. I mean, 10 minutes is a good lead-up. It's like, hey, these are the matches you're going to see tonight, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's go on the Raw. That's all we need. I thought, honestly, myself, I would really only tune in to, like, the last few minutes of it anyways. If
the pay-per-view one's not bad.
Because they have matches.
If they at least bring back King and Lita for that. But Booker T is awesome, so I can hear Shucky Ducky Quack Quack.
Yeah, we need the Shucky Ducky Quack Quack moment. Our boy Sam Roberts was on the
That's
Roadblock.
your boy. I cannot stand Sam Roberts.
I love Sam Roberts.
If I wanted to listen to a curly hair guy talk, I would go listen to Art Garfunkel sing with Simon.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I was happy to see that. So I'm getting Raw fail, SmackDown a pass.
SmackDown shoot.
SmackDown a shoot, yeah. I have yet to watch NXT tonight. I will be getting into that, so hopefully getting you bastards out there who like to spoil things, don't spoil anything.
Oh, okay.
I'll be watching that
I was
back.
just going to tell you who your NXT San Antonio main event is. But
yeah, don't tell me. I'm literally, once we're done with this show, I'm gonna just pop it on the network and watch that bad boy. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left. Christmas is Sunday. Christmas, right? It's holidays.
Crazy.
Okay, now I know we had the last Raw and SmackDown before Christmas. WWE has been known to do a lot of like those weird gimmick, like Miracle on 34th Street fight and all that weird stuff. And like even back in the day, you remember when Balls Mahoney was Santa Claus?
Yes.
Do you have any like weird like Christmas or holiday wrestling memories, even if it's not WWE? Like WCW, any weird stuff. WCW didn't really do stuff.
I just remember like The Rock always like talking about Santa Claus and stuff like that, and Stone Cold. Well, he's like, "Are you real Santa Claus?" I think
when he
given
stunned Santa. Yeah,
that was awesome. For me with that, I've always liked it whenever they like throw people into the Christmas presents, like Braun Strowman.
Like Sin Cara destroyed everybody.
It was so freaking awesome.
Carmella got thrown into the presents too
by Natty.
Angry Natty.
Natty.
Did you watch Talking Smack?
A little bit, yeah.
Did you see creepy Rhino Claus during the entire thing? Yeah. That was funny. That was some funny shit.
I guess last night was the last time WWE is going to be at the Joe. I got to go see a Raw at the Joe. That was awesome. That was the night that they announced that Shane McMahon would be running SmackDown. And that was the one when they announced Raw. Vince McMahon was there.
Holy poops.
The best Raw that I probably ever went to, though, was the one in Pittsburgh when Finn Balor was the number one contender.
Yeah, you got to go to that
and
good
Sasha won the women's title.
Yeah, the memories.
But other than that, I mean, Christmas time for wrestling, it's
been always kind of shitty,
It's
really.
always been really kind of shitty. It's just hoping you get wrestling gifts for Christmas. My 9-year-old will be listening, but for Christmas, we're going to go to the house show in Canton the night before the Raw in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah. I thought, well, you guys are going to have some fun with that.
Yeah.
I enjoy the house shows, especially if,
because there's wrestling.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 hours of nothing but wrestling.
Listen, I don't need a Carl's Jr. commercial with JBL.
Exactly.
And El Torito.
There's no commercials. There's a intermission. It's 2.5 hours of actual real wrestling.
And then you're done.
You
go home. That's it.
That's right.
Yeah, I think as we get older, we're like, this is bullshit. We need to go home now. Yeah, man. I love I remember the Stone Cold Stunning Santa. I think it was a few years ago. They did when Alberto Del Rio ran over and killed Santa.
Yeah,
and the whole thing it was obviously it was Mick Foley, but like the whole thing where like they have Santa on the gurney and all that, and like John Cena's like we're pulling for you, Santa. It's so stupid. Right. And then like that street fight was very entertaining with Cena and Del Rio, who will probably never ever come back.
Del Rio will never come back. Ryback will probably never come back.
Ryback, what is Ryback doing now?
He's doing a lot of Indies appearances.
Is he?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if we'll ever see Cody Rhodes back.
I think we will. I think out of any of those guys,
Cody Rhodes.
it'll be Cody Rhodes. Honestly, that's what I'm thinking there. Another, I watched not the final deletion, total nonstop deletion this week.
Yeah, that was the Rock and Roll Express, man.
Okay, it's just like
those guys are like 60, I think, or 50. But those guys, like, do you realize they're like the most popular tag team in the 80s?
I guess they were, yeah.
Speaking of which, by the way, happy birthday goes out to my all-time favorite wrestler and past guest, the Patriot, Del Wilkes. Today's his birthday.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Well, happy birthday to Del.
He was telling me that the Rock and Roll Express back in their day were the biggest tag team. They were bigger than the Road Warriors, bigger than Demolition. They were like...
Yeah, I remember watching a lot of old matches with them. But like this thing, man, did you watch some of this? Did you watch any of it?
I watched a bit of it. It was a bit too weird for me.
I gutted through the whole thing. Okay, first of all, the whole thing was basically a 2-hour pregnancy announcement for Rebby. The very end, I know you're not really going to care.
So she's pregnant again.
So the whole thing was like they're on top of this volcano, and it's everybody, and they're celebrating. Hardy's win, obviously, right? And he's like, oh, all 7 of us. And she's like, you mean 8? I'm like, this was a 2-hour pregnancy announcement. Guest starring
the Rock
and Roll Express, Road Warrior Hawk for like 5 seconds.
Animal.
Not Animal. Oh my God. No, Hawk did not come back.
Oh my God. If Road Warrior Hawk came back from the dead,
we got the freaking...
I forgot Road Warrior Animal was there.
Yes. We also got the Helms Dynasty. They did a 3-count rendition, which was awesome.
3-count was still my all-time favorite WCW tag team.
And then the 3 of them decided to beat up Skarsgård, the dilapidated boat, because the boat broke up a pinfall. Then Shane Helms turned into the Hurricane and flew back, turned on his own guys with Matt Hardy. They beat them up with shovels, buried them, and then went to the camera and says, the man with 3 H's would be delighted with the way we buried these young up-and-coming talents. They look to the camera, smile, thumbs up. Best moment of the night. I love it. Matt Hardy's never coming back. I'm sorry. It was simply delightful. That's how it was so stupid that I love it and I want to watch more.
Yeah.
I know I'm missing a lot of stuff.
But yeah, you can tell Matt Hardy's not coming back.
No.
Not, especially when he says that's great about burying young talent.
I honestly do think Triple H really cared. I think he'd get a kick out of it. I think he'd laugh.
I think
you've had a chance to meet Hunter before.
Yeah, he's honestly a really cool dude. Honestly, he's probably like whatever because the man makes so much money, and honestly, NXT is one of the biggest things going right now.
I don't think he has this ego.
He doesn't. He's a really cool dude. He was nice enough, and he actually said, I hope you didn't name him Triple when I said I named my son after him.
That's right, yeah.
So, honestly, I love Triple H. I respect the man. I think he's, to me, if I had to go non-weird top 5, because, my top 5 wrestlers are like the weirdest.
You like all the weird ones.
But to me, if you went mainstream, like, he's, to me, probably top 5, and he has the greatest wrestling entrances ever for any WrestleMania.
Yeah. Love it. I'm really looking
What's your favorite Triple H entrance?
Favorite Triple H like WrestleMania entrance? Ooh, that's a
WrestleMania 22 was probably up there.
30, where he lost when he came out and he had the girls, which was Charlotte, Sasha, and Alexa Bliss. But like the symphony music, whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
And they timed it perfect so when he takes off the helmet. Yeah, it's just like right there.
I did like
it was right out of a movie.
WrestleMania 31 with the Terminator was kind of cool.
The Terminator one was you know what I got to change my mind. The Terminator one was
because I love Terminator.
Hey, but you know what? It sucked though because like Sting was like the big highlight in that, and he's like, okay, I got these cool drum dudes, and then like Triple H is like, fuck you, I have the Terminator.
I love that you shared that Sting thing with the Dallas Cowboys as the intimidation coach.
Wasn't that amazing?
Sting is, Sting never has to wrestle a day in his life again. He just wears his face mask, walks around, and just will get millions of dollars because people want to get Sting because he's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. That was funny.
I'm not gonna lie, like I now appreciate Sting more than when he wrestled because I realize now just how awesome he was.
Got it. Yeah.
And he's based off of The Crow, which is a damn good movie.
Yeah, that is his last gimmick. Yeah, definitely. He did the Joker thing, too, for a little while.
That's right.
All right, so we got less than 5 minutes left. Let's just go with some final thoughts. Go.
With the Royal Rumble coming up, I know we mentioned it a little bit off the air. My thoughts are this. Taker, Styles, Rumble, Triple H, Rollins at the Rumble.
Ooh, that quick.
Yes.
Okay.
Winner of the Royal Rumble, John Cena. Charlotte wins into the Rumble. They have a women's Rumble this year, I think, or they'll have a 205 Rumble. Oh, my God, I want a 205 Live Rumble so bad.
They have enough guys.
A Cruiserweight? You can just do 20. 20 Cruiserweight dudes.
That's true. Yeah, they could probably do that.
They could probably call up, like, half the people say from the Cruiserweight tournament, hey, you want to come run the Royal Rumble? Great. We'll pay you $20,000 to get thrown over a top rope by TJP. Okay,
there
great.
You go. All right, cool. So my final thoughts, I guess I'll just go with the Rumble. I do agree. Taker, Styles. I am going to go with Finn Balor winning the Rumble because SmackDown has the elimination.
Would you rather have, real quick, a women's Royal Rumble or a Cruiserweight Royal Rumble? If you had to pick.
I'd probably go with the women. Honestly,
that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of
cool. The Cruiserweight Royal Rumble I like because of the fact that they could do really cool moves on top rope. They'd be like Kofi-ish.
Yeah, that would be pretty badass. Only other things for the Rumble, I think we're going to get... I don't think we're going to get Rollins and Triple H till Mania, but I think we're going to get Triple H shenanigans eliminating Rollins.
You want to see the Shield at WrestleMania. Don't lie to me. You want the Shield versus the Club. Everybody wants it.
Yeah, but I think they're going to hold that off for some
I guess Triple H
reason.
does wrestle once a year, so it would be wrestling.
Yeah.
Which means he gets a really cool entrance.
Mm-hmm. So the only other thing for the Rumble, we were going to get Samoa Joe making his debut in the Rumble.
Ooh.
And he'll get eliminated by Roman Reigns, which will lead to a match with them.
The Battle of Samoans.
The Battle of the Samoans.
You know, I totally forgot that Samoa Joe once wrestled on like an episode of Velocity.
Absolutely, he did.
Like
yes. And so did Styles. Wrestled our friend the Hurricane.
He did.
All right.
By the way, I will say this about AJ Styles. I hope he never cuts his hair because I now like with the soccer mom look. It's just so weird. Like I watched him when he had that short hair in that match versus the Hurricane. It's
kind of weird now, right?
It's kind of weird. Like
yeah.
God, I'm like I like the AJ Styles with the weird shaggy looking hair.
Yeah, I'm cool with that now.
And I will say this too about AJ Styles. He definitely gets a nomination for Wrestler of the Year, at least on the SmackDown side. To me, honestly, if you would have said AJ Styles in a WWE about 2 years ago, I would have said not a chance in hell. But
yeah, I know. It's craziness.
Craziness. Christmas, man. Crazy.
That's right. All right, guys. As always, you can check us out at hardcoregeekcast.com. We are on Facebook and Twitter at Geek Wrestling. Check out all of our past episodes as well on iTunes and Spreaker and iHeartRadio and pretty much anywhere you can find your favorite pro wrestling podcasts. For Chase, you want to hit him up on Twitter at ChaseM262. Hit me up at Mr. Showtime84. And, like our Instagram and all that fun shit. Guys, I want to thank you all for listening.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day. Happy holidays, everybody. We'll see you guys next week for our finale show.
Awards.
It's our second annual award show. We will see you guys then. Later.